Hi, I'm Megan Brand, and I am a twin flame relationship coach, and I am in physical union with my twin flame. And I'm making this video about how and why union is not the ultimate goal for this twin flame journey. And before I can explain any further, I have to kind of go through the different definitions of union. And I'm making this video because I've seen a lot of misconceptions about what union is, and everyone has a different definition of it, which is perfectly fine and perfectly normal, but is basically the reason why union is not the ultimate goal, because there's something beyond that. And also, it's so hard to define that how are we going to know and communicate and be on the same wavelength with each other if we can't communicate the goal of the twin flame journey by calling it union? So let's talk about the different definitions. One very broad definition of the defining union is the fact that there is no goal or becoming a goal of union or becoming in union, because our souls, our higher selves, our highest selves are already in union. So the whole point of the twin flame energetic relation, the energetic dynamic, is that we are two parts of the same whole, so to speak, and everybody describes that differently. But that's a really basic, unfortunately dumbed down version of it, just because, not because I think anyone needs it to be dumbed down, but because I'm a big believer in the English language and language in general only being able to describe so much beyond what actually is. So that's the thing about union and spirit, is there's no striving for union on the one hand, because we're already in union. So I'll give you some examples of how this is true. When you truly meet your twin flame, you will find that you guys may have different triggers and things you're working on in the 3D and the ego, and that's normal, but you're usually on the same vibrational level. Even when there's a push-pull dynamic going on in our chaser, there's something out of balance, and you're usually both out of balance. Similarly, you'll find, if you get to know your twin flame, that you'll find that you both experienced similar vibrations and similar life circumstances because of those similar vibrations. Not necessarily during the same age, because you may have very vastly different ages, but during the same timelines of your lives in this life. And that's because if you're on an energetic level, always in union, you're going to find those parallels. So that's one way to define union. A second way to define union is known as relational union. And I call relational union something separate from physical union, even though physical union involves relational union. Here's why. So many of us meet our twin flames through a channel that isn't in person, or if it is in person, we live in complete different areas of the world, and we're not able to be in physical union all the time, especially in the beginning when things are getting figured out. And so relational union, I would consider, you may consider yourself a couple, but you're not in close proximity geographically or physically, or you're not living together physically. Physical union, on the other hand, would still be a form of relational union, but maybe you're living together in close proximity. You can visit each other whenever you want, aside from scheduling conflicts, or you're living together. Those are both two types of 3D unions, and I want to specify 3D union because later I'm going to talk about a fourth type. Okay, we talked about spirit union, which is always in existence. We talked about relational union and physical union and the difference and how they're both 3D union. However, there's a fourth type I want to talk about. But first, I'm going to tell a story to tie it together. So I've been doing these videos, and I had someone comment, first comment, and very humbled and excited to start connecting with people. I have a couple people that I'm connecting with, a few. Anyway, And they mentioned that they remember myself and my twin flame in an old Facebook group, a twin flame Facebook group, and they remembered him posting about me being the runner, I believe it was, before we were in union. So at first I read that comment, I was a little taken aback, because for me, the way I defined my union was when I started talking to my twin flame on a dating site. 2 weeks later, so we were talking on a dating site. I continued to date casually because there was no talk of exclusivity, and I just wasn't really interested in anything serious. And then 2 weeks later, him and I spoke again about it being exclusive. I went and met him in person, and that was it for me. I knew that we were going to be together. As hard as it was and as crazy as my circumstances were, I was ready. And that was, to me, the start of our union. That is, needless to say, that doesn't mean that we didn't have a runner-chaser dynamic going on. It doesn't mean that we weren't triggered. It doesn't mean that, I think we broke up for a day and we never lost contact. And the next day I was like, okay, I can do this, but here's what needs to happen because this is the boundary. So, but looking at it back in retrospect, like, to me, we were never, I almost consider, like, from meeting point, we were in union. We met mid-July of 2018, and I had my child that I'd obviously conceived before I met him, my twin flame. Had my child August 2nd. And my child's now over a year, and we're together. We always say, oh, we were together 2 weeks before Sam was born. So we've been in union over a year. Now, someone else from another perspective, seeing him post about the running and chasing and the triggers, because I didn't join the group right away. For all I know, from July until January, everyone else might have thought we weren't in union. But for me, from my perspective, we were in union, because I ended up moving in with my twin flame in January. And I think there were even times that there were times that I left and stayed with my parents for days or weeks, or I think the most I ever did was a month, because we were having triggers with each other. And he comes from a different culture, and it's not unusual to live with parents as an adult, which I was living with parents too, because I'd gone through a divorce, so it didn't matter. We were both living with our parents. So it was hard, because you're adults and you're trying to make this work, and you have these weird life circumstances and different cultures, and you're not only having triggers with your twin flame, but then you throw in confrontation with family, and it can get really messy. So anyway, the beginning of our union, needless to say, was really rocky, and we had lots to work through. And there's a reason I didn't start being a coach in the beginning when we were sorting our shit out. So, needless to say, that's kind of the whole point of defining union, is everyone defines it differently. And the truth is, living together wasn't good enough. Like, yeah, we lived together, but we were constantly triggering each other, and I always felt this runner-chaser dynamic still, and that's not the goal, right? That physical union wasn't the goal. The goal was to, my next point, the fourth type of defining union, is really getting our energies in harmony and in alignment. And what's crazy about this being more of the union goal is that you can be in harmony and in alignment with your twin flame energy, whether you're in 3D union or not. And, my ultimate aim really is to help people who want to have the physical union that is harmonious and is aligned. But the beauty is you can get to that place of harmony and alignment while being detached to the outcome of physical union. Because there's going to be situations where maybe you're both trying to be in physical union and you need help with that harmony and alignment. That's great. And there's going to be times when you are kind of operating as an individual. You're operating as an individual. Your twin flame isn't as interested in this union as you are. And it's learning how to be in harmony and alignment with yourself and with this twin flame energy and being detached to the outcome. And there are situations where once you do that, you are able to come together. And that's truthfully what happened with me and my twin flame, because like I mentioned, I considered us in union, but when I was needing to go stay with my parents because it was too intense, I was running, that definitely wasn't harmony alignment. And it was after getting in harmony alignment in myself that he then was able to get in harmony alignment with himself, because we're connected energy. And then we could come together in a harmonious and aligned physical union. That being said, if you are in harmony and alignment with yourself and with your twin flame, then, and you may or may not get to be in this 3D physical union, then what is the point beyond that? Well, I truly believe it's all about our individual missions to serve humanity. And by the way, I don't think this is necessarily limited to one thing. It's what you make it. It's what you feel called, your higher self feels, you feel called by higher self to do and to manifest and to co-create, to really activate in your life. But what's beautiful about this individual mission is if you are more focused on your own harmony and alignment, detached from the outcome, or maybe you're both working together to be a couple, and still there's a form of detachment happening, because like me and my twin flame and I are in this physical union, but I still have to detach from what he's doing. I can't be focused on what he's doing every minute of the day, which is hard because one of my 3D wounds or issues is control. So I have to let that go. But this individual mission is it's basically your purpose here on this earth, in this 3D world. And for everyone, it's going to look different. And so this isn't a video about that, but it's that step beyond that harmony alignment with your twin flame, whether you're in 3D union or not. And what's really beautiful is if you get to be in harmony alignment with your twin flame energy and in physical union, you can also pursue a collective mission with your twin flame. And even then, I truly believe if you are in harmony and alignment within yourself and within the twin flame energy, and you're pursuing your individual mission, even if you're not in physical union together, they're going to be on the same wavelength as you. They're going to be doing that same thing. You'll find that to be true. And I really, truly believe, I don't believe, by the way, in telling anyone that someone's not their twin flame, but if you don't find that to be true, I really believe that you will find another person where that is true, and whether that's your true twin flame or a soulmate of some sort, or just your soul family, friends, people that you meet along the way, because anyway, that energy doesn't just exist with twin flames, but that's a whole other story. The point is, in a true twin flame energetic dynamic, that would happen where your energies would be in harmony and alignment. They would be in alignment if you're truly finding harmony and healing. And you may not see it if you're not in physical union, and that's okay, because at that point you're so detached from needing to be in physical union that you're able to fulfill that individual mission and be in harmony and alignment. And that truly, if you are in that state, you truly won't care about whether you're in physical union or not, because I really believe this need to be in physical union is like you're trying to fill this void. And you don't need to fill a void when you filled yourself with the love and harmony and purpose. So thank you for watching, and please comment and like and share if you feel it's appropriate. And if you want to connect more, you have more questions, you could book a call with me, and I put links down below for that. You're also welcome to find me on my Facebook business page. You can either search for Twin Flame Harmony in Facebook for that, or you can click the link below. And I hope to talk to you soon.